And welcome back to another episode of Stylist City Diaries.
Brought to you by your favourite and fabulous cousins, Prinny Ray.
And Amber Lay. Yes!
This is about to be hilarious.
Well, the surprise is
ruined.
Oh, sorry.
We got someone in the room with us today.
We got a new guest in the hot seat. This week we are joined by Julie Adenuga. Welcome.
Why did you call it a hot seat? What's going to happen?
Well, who knows? We'll find out.
Turn up the flames. How excited are you to be here?
I'm very excited to be here, actually. I've got crisps in my teeth, but it should be fine. Can you see it?
No.
Yeah.
No.
They're like
right.
in the...
Inside bits.
That's going to be nice to listen to.
ASMR.
No, literally, Julie came and was like, oh, I don't know why I have crisps. I was looking like, you can't eat this in the show. You know, you have to be polite. Like, oh,
Do you know why it's so funny as well? Whenever I'm listening to podcasts and people do things, I will be in my car so angry thinking, but you knew people would just be listening.
Yeah.
So why are you doing that?
Yeah.
And here I am.
Yeah. ASMR experience.
Soz, guys. Soz.
It's okay.
What are you both drinking?
Tequila and pineapple.
Okay.
If
You
we
are
say the same thing one more time.
get out of my brain, go away.
Stop.
So you're currently recovering from what, like little baby hangover? What is it?
To be fair, it's not a hangover. It's I don't know what you'd call it. I exerted a lot of energy yesterday.
Yeah.
Not in that way.
You know, that almost went
Yeah,
over my head.
I would have not even said anything.
Yeah, my mind permanently is in the gutter. But yesterday was just a very long day. I woke up and we had the launch party for Work in Progress. So I'm very, thank you. So I'm very hands-on.
I think our invite got lost in the post.
It was given. I was on my
I was on the
saw your Instagram.
I went back through the emails. I said, surely we missed the email or something.
I saw someone who I know in a like personal, not creative industry club. I was like, who the fuck are you?
Oh my gosh, who was it?
There's some guy.
Who?
No. Like,
I want to know who it was.
I don't know.
Did I invite him? Did I invite him?
I don't know. It's giving plus uno. Who knows?
It was a plus one?
I don't know.
Okay, can I just say, I'm not responsible for anyone bringing a plus one that you know personally. That was none of my business. But yeah, so we had the party that honestly, wish you were both there.
Totally.
Wish you were both there. Royal Mails, I think they're on a strike at the moment. But because I'm mad hands-on, I went to the venue at 10 o'clock in the morning instead of just staying at home like a normal person who will get ready for the event that's happening later. So I was up from 8 a.m. until 1 o'clock in the morning. So I had a bit of a drink, but I'm also I was screaming a lot. I was shouting, I was dancing. It was rubbish, guys. I'm actually. It was rubbish. You didn't miss anything.
Like, you know what? There'll be other events that will.
There definitely will be.
Yeah.
I'm having Julie's Top 5 in December if you want to come to that.
Yeah!
Wait, sorry, hold on. Before you get excited, do you like Renaissance, the album by Beyonce?
Do we like? We were there front centre row.
I was in club Renaissance.
VIP.
We were VIP, yeah. The VIP section.
We were VIP section.
On the first night.
You sound really old. You sound like old women. We were in the club section with them in the front seat row.
I could see every expression on her face.
Yes.
Wow, that's deep.
And we were there first night.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. We had Frank Ocean with us.
Sorry?
Yeah.
What, in London?
He came out the cave for it.
He came out.
What,
Why?
wasn't
You
Christiana?
literally sound like an old lady. Gossiping with her mates.
So zero Gen Z
Did he
vibes over
seriously
here.
go? I didn't see that.
Yeah.
He was here hiding himself.
Yeah.
But you
Like,
two,
no pictures,
with
nothing.
your old lady eyes,
Yeah,
you saw
I
that
think
he was
I've
there.
got a video. If I
video.
put it in slow-mo.
He's there.
Just ever so slightly, you catch him.
I saw him. I put my phone up to like record, but then he
No, you
looked
didn't.
for like a second.
That's disgusting.
So
I
I know.
I'm so
It's
disappointed
a breach
in you.
of his confidence and his privacy. And,
I'm
GDPR
so
and
disappointed.
but
in you.
I have the evidence.
I'm so disappointed.
If I slow-mo the
Honestly,
video.
you've lost a lot of stars. I'll be honest.
still getting
I have
invited to
another
the
question
party.
to see. I have another question to see how bad it was. Did either of you start singing Frank Ocean songs?
No. I wasn't like right in his face. It was
No,
like
we were like behind a
a
bit. We were like,
distance.
I actually was like, oh my God, it's Kate Tronado. She's like, no, it's not. I was like, why did I say Kate Tronado? I didn't mean to say Kate Tronado. I was like, it's Frank Ocean. And then he gave me the eye and I was like, oh my God, he fancies me. He loves me. And then he was like, no, he's gay. And I was like, oh my God.
He's not gay. He's bi.
See, I
He
knew.
still doesn't fancy you.
No. He does.
I also don't know if he's bi, by the way. I just made that up.
No, the look.
Okay, because I was like, oh god, I
no,
don't know.
he's gay, and I
don't know.
Oh,
Anyway.
Anyways, and I was like, okay, that's fine. That I was that like he wants to be friends with me. So if he sees me in another life, he's gonna remember me. He's gonna be like, that's the gap tooth girl. Like he's gonna remember me.
This is so awkward.
This is just Delulu vibes over here.
Yeah.
This is mad awkward.
But anyways,
He doesn't want to be your
circle
friend.
back.
Circle back.
We are big
So
boy
3rd
fans.
of December, we're doing top 5 songs from Renaissance. I'd
my
love for you
diary.
both to be there. What's that? What have you
Just
done?
Diary,
tapping it
just
into the
putting it-
diary.
Oh wow, your phone's really
Yeah.
cool. I've never seen someone use a phone like that before.
We did come to your event at Alternet.
Which one?
Before
Before,
Carnival weekend last year.
Oh, the Don't At Me?
Yeah.
With composers?
Yeah.
Did you have a good time?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, it was amazing time.
Yeah.
No, it really
we
was.
did.
It
Do
really
you two
was.
spend time with each other
Yeah.
outside of this room? How
That's my
much?
cousin.
No, I know that you're cousins, but how much time do you spend together outside of this room?
75% of the
Wow.
week.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel
giving.
like someone, or maybe 2 people need a holiday from each other.
You know what? And I think we've been talking on the phone all day today as well.
Yeah.
Like on and
Oh,
off
you don't really
FaceTime.
love each other.
It's not
That's so
like,
cute.
Yeah, we
obviously
had a bit of
do.
like a town hall meeting.
We had to have a town hall meeting.
About what?
Oh, the boys.
Men.
What's happened?
Girl.
What's happened? Now
wouldn't
I'm
you
gonna
like-
get into my granny bag now. I'm gonna get into my what's that? Who's done what?
Right,
Girl.
okay.
Right,
quickly.
okay.
For those of you, quick ad break. Those of you on Patreon, you will know Big Fat Burger Cunt Fingers. And basically, he's back on the scene. So I will be explaining everything to you girls on Patreon, which is only £3 a month and it's released every week.
I can't wait to be
Yeah.
there.
So, yeah.
Big fat bag of cunt
No.
fingers.
Fat
burger
Burger
cunt
Cunt Fingers.
I'll be there on the picture. I'm coming there. Give me 2 minutes. I'll be there. I just need to move the car.
And it's wild.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Okay.
we'll get into
Good
it.
to know. Good
yeah,
to know.
but yeah, we
Wait,
spend
sorry,
a
I
lot
have
of
another
time
question.
together.
Do either of you have sisters?
I have
I'm
a
an only
sister.
child.
You're an only child?
I have a younger sister.
And how does she feel about the fact that this is clearly much stronger than what you two have?
I think a lot of the family feel
Yeah, I feel
have
like there's
have
a
Oh,
a
is it?
thing about like
Yeah.
our other cousins.
I
and
look
stuff
forward to
as
hearing
well.
about your therapy sessions in the future. So my husband said,
No,
me and my
we're-
cousin, we
we're
spent too
always
much time together.
We're always
and
like so.
I don't know who to pick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that we all say that when we have like baby Ray and baby Lo, the babies.
This
and
is
it's
disgusting.
Like,
I've just
like
realised how
it's always the
disgusting
thing.
this
It was like, oh yeah, and then the guys were gonna be like, guys, we're going out, leave them to go in the house. Go like they have to be best mates because like we're always together.
Have you always been like this? No, they even been together.
I think because we have a we've been working together as Prinny and Amber for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So
And then naturally, because we're cousins as well, you have that element of
yeah,
like
so it's like a
childhood growing up,
double.
and
So
then
sometimes
it's
we take breaks.
Yeah.
Like some weekend. Last weekend we didn't really speak. did
like, no,
we?
and
Yeah,
I was
we
like,
Weekend.
We don't
Oh, for 2 days.
It's like what? It's like
Wow.
your best colleague, right?
Yeah.
Like on the weekend, it's like I'll see you on Monday. This is actually.
but we do a lot together. Like we got radio together, we got pod together, we DJ
Which
together.
is even more reason that when we don't need to see each other, come out of my face, please. It's really cute though. I'm actually mocking you. I actually think it's
Yeah.
lovely. It's good that you have
Yeah.
someone that you love and enjoy spending time with.
Yeah.
We don't do affection though. We
Oh,
don't do
my.
affection.
Oh, everything you've shown today is affection. So
Really?
to tell me, yes.
Maybe in a way that's
Yeah.
not like.
you don't do
Physical.
yucky affection.
No,
Oh,
like we're
yeah.
not gonna like hug and hold.
like
hands
sometimes
and
we're like
stuff.
missed you, and we're like shut up,
Okay, fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Wow.
weird.
Therapy.
and that's how it is.
But,
welcome to this.
Yeah, welcome. Sorry, that was an
welcome.
extended
Did-
intro because usually what we
That's
like
still
to
the
do-
intro?
Yeah,
we
yeah,
haven't
yeah.
even- So we usually like to give the guests an opportunity to introduce themselves because obviously in our world everybody knows you,
Yeah.
and in your world you're a big deal.
Oh, thanks, hon.
But for anyone who doesn't know who Julie is, what's the elevator pitch?
Oh, no. I'm Julie.
Hi, Julie.
Hi, Julie. My name is Julie. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. Oh, you that.
Okay.
Roll.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
As you were.
So my name's Should I look at the camera or just at you? This feels really serious.
It is.
My name's Julie. I am talking in this voice because I find it awkward to talk about myself. What should I say? I don't know. I'm a presenter. I have a show that these two are coming to on the 3rd of December. Called Julie's Top 5, where we're going to
Forced
argue about the top 5
invitation.
songs. You're coming. We're going to argue about the top 5 songs from Renaissance, the album. It's going to be a great time. It's a live show. I have a interview series called Work in Progress, where I interview people, but it gets a bit deep and we do much more than interviewing. We find out loads of information about them and it gets a bit stalkerish, but in a good way. And I like to sleep. That's a big one for me.
The kind of girl.
I love a sleep. I don't love eating. I love sleeping. If I had to pick between the two. And I'm a really happy person, except for when I'm sad.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's me.
What do you do in your spare time for fun?
Oh,
like
my
outside
goodness.
could you give like workaholic vibes? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Absolutely. No, you're not wrong. When I have spare time, what do people call you for short? Prinns.
Prinny.
Prinny. Well, Prinny is the short.
Prinny is
No,
Yeah.
I know, but I'm like, you gotta go
Prin.
short.
Yeah, Prin, P.
P.
Prin.
So P. In my spare time, whenever I get it, I love an escape room. I love any kind of game. 5-second rule, articulate, spoons is a great game. I'll teach you guys one day. Any card games. There's this game called Tonk, I think it's called, that I love. Blackjack, all of it. I play games non-stop. I'm a games master. I shout, I get angry, we get aggressive. It's a good time. I watch Married at First Sight. If there's a season on, I'll watch
Love
it.
it.
I'll watch it every episode. Australia and UK, give me all of it. Taskmaster's another one. And then I'll sit in silence as well. In my spare time.
You do a lot in your spare time.
In my spare time. Well, I don't have a lot of spare time, to be fair.
Right.
But I will sometimes sit in silence and just not know what the time is, not look at my phone, and just sort of drift into just existing. That's a nice thing to do. I like to it's like meditation, but without, actually doing it. Because I'm bad at meditating.
Does your mind go elsewhere when you meditate? Like you're like, okay, and then you're like, oh yeah, the other day I was meant to do this.
Absolutely. Which I know they say is the beginning of like when you get better, it stops doing that. But I've tried. I've tried.
Interesting.
I've tried.
Yeah.
But someone taught me to meditate before you go to sleep, and that's actually really helpful to me.
What is the correct way to meditate? Is it just not like silence, nothingness, no thoughts?
It depends on how good you are at it, I guess. I feel like when you first start, you need silence because it's already hard to quiet your brain down anyway. But I feel like some people can meditate anywhere. But it should be at least calm. So if anyone's got any kids running around, good luck. But you need calmness. You sit, you just listen to your breathing. The idea is that your thoughts are like cars driving on a busy road. And you are standing on the side of the road watching them go by, but not interfering with them. So normally your thoughts will go by and you'll be like, yep, that. And then one goes by and you think, oh, let me go and wash the dishes. Let me call my mum. Whereas in meditation, they're all going. And you're just like, okay, that's fine. And you just have a calmness with your thoughts. Okay. It's really good. It's very hard to do unless you're super focused.
Because when I try to meditate, it's going to sound so stupid. But
No, it's not.
My inner thought was just shouting.
I lied.
No, like the volume was loud, so it's like my thoughts, but like, rah, like
What,
raging.
louder than normal?
Yeah, like it was just, and I was like, just fucking cut the camera.
But I feel like, so when I'm interviewing sometimes, and I know I have to ask another question, my brain will actively stop me from asking. It's like my op.
Right.
So I'll not, in my head, I can feel my brain going, I'm actually not going to let you remember what that question is. And I think, raw, you're evil.
Why you
What? Why are you moving like that?
Don't get
Yeah, that's how it
involved.
moves. And I think yours is doing the same. Where it's like, oh, you want to calm down? Yeah, you want to meditate? Well, guess what? Like, just out of here. Just like not on it. And then I think that's what yours is
Maybe
doing.
I might give it another go.
So yeah,
and,
you've got to
fight back.
fight back. Yeah, exactly.
Would you maybe try guided meditation?
on the app.
Yeah.
I tried. What's that app called? It's
Headspace.
Yeah, I
Headspace
tried.
is very good.
'Cause they're
That's how I started.
Imagine
Yeah.
you're here. Da, 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 da. I've done it once before, but I fell asleep.
That's the problem. I fall asleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not really helpful.
Are you lying down or you fall asleep sitting up?
I'm lying down.
like bedtime,
Okay.
like bedtime vibes?
I thought you were just sitting up somewhere, just meditating, and you just fall asleep.
I lie down.
Yeah, well, no, don't lie down.
Yeah, because I was like, whoa, that was the best. That sleep. The way I entered that sleep was so
Yeah, no, don't lie down.
nice.
No, don't lie down. You got to sit up. There's also really good guided meditation just on YouTube.
YouTube,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I was in lockdown. What was I doing? Sound baths.
Oh,
I was unlocking all my chakras.
I can't do it.
No.
Okay. No. Chakras?
No.
Chakras.
They're not chakras. So
The chakras.
No, I can't do those.
Yeah, when I had
On our
I had
shared
COVID, so I was actually in
YouTube.
isolation. I was so
Oh,
bored.
sorry, honey. Are you okay
Yeah.
now?
I can't
It's
do
been
it.
3 years.
No,
Are you good? Are
literally.
you sure?
No.
You alright?
I'm
Our
perfect,
shared
yeah.
YouTube was just sound baths, and I was like, what the fuck is going on here? I was like, and sometimes because she watches really interesting things, I'm like, I'm concerned. Like, what are you watching? Like, it's so interesting.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So I just want to pick up on that. So you share a YouTube?
As
For the
in, like, the
podcast.
podcast YouTube.
Okay, fine. Wow.
Yeah, but I just actually turned it into my
My own
personal.
personal one, and I'm like,
I thought you just shared a
we
YouTube
share everything.
account.
No, that would be way.
Have you guys got a
no,
joint bank account?
For the business.
Wow, honestly.
Yeah,
Could have made to write a book about you two.
yeah, we're looking for a
We're
writer.
looking for a right. Yeah, I guess right. Funny you should say that. Yeah. But yeah, no. Just the things that need to be shared are shared.
Listen, you don't have to explain nothing to me. I'm just a guest.
You know what? I absolutely love this experience because I knew you would be asking us questions.
Yeah, I know. I'm like,
Which is nice.
nice,
It
yeah.
helps me. It
I'm
helps
very
me.
intrigued by interesting people, and you two are.
Yeah, it's given.
You're up
it
there.
is.
All right, we need to tell the story about how this actually
Yeah.
came about.
Yes, we should.
Because I know there's going to be questions.
Yeah.
All right, calm down. How many?
Oh, you know.
At 1.5.
Yeah.
I'm drinking water for anyone that's wondering what's happening here.
So at the new year, it's giving like New Year, New Me vibes. You got invited to this. Well, nothing is. Come on, should change your life, change your destiny. So we got invited to this event, and it was giving like inspirational vibes, set the tone. We're in the creative space. We've got creatives on the lineup, on the panel, and I'm like, you know what? Get my pen, dust off this
The old
3-day
notepad.
dust off my 2020 free notepad. We get some gems from Julie Adenuga and co.
So wait, who invited you? Do you remember?
It was
Our
our
agent.
agent.
Okay, cool.
It was like,
Yeah,
trying to go
do
to
you
this
wanna
thing.
go?
And we were like,
Sure.
Yeah?
I'm glad some agents were invited. I didn't think anyone was going to be
Really?
there.
yeah, no.
No, it looked quite interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I'm like dead to the world all the time. I was like, what the fuck is Coots? I don't know what Coots is. Never heard of it, never seen it. Do you know what? I actually thought it was a chocolate. It looks like a
It
chocolate.
does have a chocolate vibe.
It does,
Like a
yeah.
mint.
Yes.
Sort of, yeah,
Thank
like
you.
a
Like
after
posh
eight sort of
chocolate,
energy.
like, you know, Christmas, you give it to, yeah.
Agreed.
So I was like, interesting, don't know. And they're like, oh, financier, like the whole, and I was just like, okay.
Look what it takes for Amber to go out.
let's go.
Financial.
Half the time she doesn't have a clue where she
I
is.
don't know
That is
anyone,
really
don't
good
know
to know.
anything. So we go, and we're like, you'll learn something. You'll take something away from it, which we did. My key takeaway, I'm broke. And it's mad. That was my key takeaway. And
So
it
when
was,
did the penny drop?
I think when everyone's talking about, do you penny drop when there's like, yeah, you need to have a certain amount of money to get into Coots. I was like, oh yeah, okay, cool. When I saw that, I said, oh, this,
y'all making money.
Oh, I was like, this
okay.
isn't
No,
the
that's
bank
actually
for me.
hilarious.
But it was like inspirational.
It
'Cause I'm
was
like,
so
wow, you know
inspirational.
what? Like, yeah, you lot bank at Coots. Like, that's nuts.
Okay.
Well done.
I don't bank at Coots.
Wasn't that guy your banker?
Yeah, he's a financial advisor.
Right.
Financial.
You think I bank at
advisor.
Coots? That's so
The
sweet.
PR wasn't
I
clear.
bank at Coots. No.
Join us. Come back to us.
So what happened was, so Maya banks at Coots. We started doing collections together where we were selling clothes, our old clothes, and donating the money to charity. And so we set up the bank account for the fundraising business collections at Coots because it just made sense to go with her bank account. And that's how I met the Franklin.
Yeah.
Franklin?
Yeah.
Franklin. That's how I met
Oh,
Franklin.
bless him.
No. I bank.
But by
I bank with
association.
Starling.
By association. You
I bank
at
with
Coots.
Starling
Yeah.
because their app is amazing. And one day, people will get on board with having a banking app that is actually useful. But that's another podcast.
Yeah.
That's another podcast.
Yeah.
Shout out Starling.
No, but shout out Starling because it's simple things like when you take out cash, you can put in the notes what the cash was for. So at the end of the month or the year, you're not like, why did I take out £40 from the cash point in January?
Right.
You can just put the little note in there.
You know what? That's
my
actually
God.
It's
very
amazing.
Good.
Great.
It's amazing. No
Wow.
offense to Coots. Thank you very much for having me though.
Yeah. So we're at Coots, we're learning, we're sipping on this wine, it's great. And then you know, we're getting up, we're mingling, go, yes, networking, ask the panel some questions, go and talk. So we actually get quite shy and embarrassed. And
Yeah,
we was
we're
like,
very shy.
should we just go say hi?
Wow.
Like, let's just
imagine
let's
you
just
two.
say,
Yeah, it was a whole.
It was a whole. We were like in the
to
corner,
me,
like,
to
oh my
you,
God,
to
oh my
me, to you.
we're like, no, you say no. Anyways, somehow we're like, here.
We're like, hey, wow, today was so great. Like,
And
wow.
as Julie, she's like, hi, yeah, cool, thanks for coming. Like, okay.
No, she was in a nice way, but
No,
like,
leave it there. I like that version of the story. That was good. That's exactly what I was doing.
that was the
Amber's got
vibe.
it spot on. That was me.
And then we was
What did
like,
we
yeah,
say?
I think we was like, yeah, we got a podcast on City Diaries. And he was like,
Hang on.
hang on. I know this. I know this. Why do I know this? Her little thinky pinkies are going. You lot did the TikTok. We were like, yeah.
The GRM gala.
The GRM
review.
gala. She's like, oh my God. She's like, oh my God. You lot are sick. Shy girls. Yeah. And we were like,
I was like, we got it.
He's
We
like,
got it. Yeah.
and we were like, fuck with me. What? Yeah, no, that's what it's like. No, Julie was so excited. She was
Yeah.
like, twin, come here.
Like, she's telling everyone.
We were like, and then
Yeah, then we chirped her and said, gotta
Yeah,
get you on the
gotta
pod.
get
I
you
haven't heard the
on.
word chubs in ages. I missed that word.
yeah,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then
11 months later.
You know what? The time is right.
yeah,
It makes
I
sense.
agree.
Yeah.
I really do
I think
agree.
it makes sense for all of us if you came
yeah.
on back then.
It would, yeah.
Why? What was happening back then?
No, I feel like we've just grown
Yeah,
a lot
since
in
then,
the year.
yeah.
So, yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's how we met.
That's how we met. That's why I'm here.
I think it's such a beautiful
I
story.
know, it's giving like a love story.
yeah.
Yeah. Tell the kids.
Julie hates this.
No, I don't. I just sometimes my natural instinct is to talk over you guys. So I'm actually just actively listening. I'm learning. I'm just stroking my
Yeah.
braids and listening.
But yeah, so that's how we met, and then like we had to just bring you on and stuff and
Yeah.
talk about shy girls
No,
being
you know,
shy.
have you had Shy Girl on the show
no
on the podcast? You should get
That
her
makes
on.
sense.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
right. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
My brain.
Yeah, you should
Yeah.
get her on.
Yeah.
Just for anyone who doesn't understand what we're talking about, basically, we always say, oh, like to certain things, like, I'm shy. Like, that's awkward. Like, I'm so shy. And that's what Julie actually brought. She was like, and you said this thing. I'm shy. And it's so funny.
It's still one of the funniest things that I've heard in a very long time. Because I feel like new slang's a bit rubbish.
Yeah, it is.
I'm shy.
Yeah.
That is
And then Whitney took it
Chef's
up a
kiss.
level, actually.
Oh, what did she
to
say?
what?
Too shy, too shy.
Oh yeah,
like-
too
But
shy,
we've
too
been
shy.
saying I'm shy from early. Yeah.
Oh, wait, too shy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
she
who's
kind
Whitney
of
and what's too
Love
shy?
Island.
Love Island, Whitney and Locken. I'm locked in.
Oh, do you not watch Love Island?
I tried to.
Okay. It was a good season, to
Yeah,
be
it
fair.
was
decent.
actually.
Sure.
To be fair, we say this every year. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. It's a bit like microwave dinner TV.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it's supposed to be though, no?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So if you're home, you're home. But
So, but as in Whitney heard you lot say I'm shy and then changed it, or she just came up with too shy?
no, I feel like, we were early pioneers of the shy
Wow.
movement.
All right.
Incorporating it into UK slang. And
Shy
at the point
movement.
at which it came on her radar, she, took it
No,
on.
the seriousness in your face of saying the shy movement.
Because who really walks around saying I'm shy?
Me.
Yeah.
yeah.
I need more friends that say it. So otherwise, because I feel like if you try to start slang by yourself, it doesn't really catch
Oh,
on.
Yeah.
we start slang.
I'm not doing it.
we start slang. What is it?
I'm not
Oh, like no.
Do you have
Rewind.
examples?
We start phrases like Prinny's always like, "Who's gonna beat me?" Like,
Yeah.
if I do this, who's gonna beat me? Now we have the listeners being like, "Yeah, because who's gonna beat me?" My friends will be like, "Who's gonna beat me?" And I'm like, "Did we start a thing?" We
You're actually hilarious.
start a thing.
You're really funny. Do you know that? I don't know if do you know? You do. You know a little bit. Are you acting all the time? What did you do?
My history is in performing arts.
Ah, okay.
I do have a musical theatre degree.
Right. Oh, okay. Makes sense.
Yeah,
She's
I
She's
work-
very
yeah.
funny.
I work in PR. I fluff. I do all that.
Mm.
Got podcasts. It just
Yeah.
works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd be great in front of a camera with a microphone in your hand, just talking. You should look into that. That could be your thing. No, why is she
Thank
still
you.
laughing? I'm actually being serious.
No, I'll take it on board.
Yeah, no,
Thank
you should. I can imagine you on a red carpet. Tonight we're here at whatever. Just, you know what I mean? You'd bring a certain je ne sais quoi to the...
Hey.
Yeah, you should look into that. If you're not busy, obviously. Oh, whatever.
Wait, that means a lot coming from you,
No,
Jules.
yeah.
Can I call
Yeah.
you Jules? Sorry.
Yeah, you can. You can
Yeah.
call whatever you like.
You know what's been... I have to get this off my chest.
Go
Oh,
for
what
it.
is it?
obviously as you prepare for someone to come on the podcast and you start doing research and stuff.
Yeah.
I can't even take myself seriously. The only thing that's just been going through my head for the last couple of days is Ali G. Julie.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, for the last couple, I'll just be walking
yeah.
and I'm like, Julie.
Yeah, you should.
I love it.
It's one of the greatest songs ever
Do you
made.
get people sing that to you?
I used to in school when it first came
school,
out.
yeah.
700 years ago, Prinny.
It's a banger though.
No, it's a banger. It was. It was my ringtone for a while.
Oh wow.
I actually haven't met Sacha Baron Cohen, but I would love to meet him. Because when I met Mo the comedian, because obviously he had the Julie, get a couple cans.
Oh
Yeah.
When I first met him, we were hosting the Rated Awards in 2018. Maybe it was the first time we hosted them. And I was all ready for him to come through with the, hey, Julie, whatever. And he just said hi.
Oh, no, but
That
that's
must be so
nice.
underwhelming.
Thank you.
Oh wait,
Ignore you. Thank you, Amber.
I'd be like, turn around.
His whole
Do it
thing,
again.
Right, okay.
especially because I hadn't even seen the sketches before someone said it to me. So it was like, it wasn't that I just saw some sketch online, some guy saying, oh, Julie, get a couple cans in. It was other people saying, Julie, get a couple. And I'm thinking, what is that? So then I finally see the sketch and I'm like, oh my gosh. Then they're like, oh yeah, you're hosting with Monica. I'm like, oh great. This guy said, oh hey, how are you? I said,
He's not trying to be in
I
character
don't want to
mode,
host with you
though.
anymore.
I quit.
I quit. Get someone else.
I was just like, wow, that's like, so in my head I think, imagine if I meet Sacha Baron Cohen and I say, oh, my name's Julie, and he says, oh, hello.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow,
You
that's...
probably will though.
I know, it's sad, isn't it? Can't people just do what I want them to do?
That's so interesting because I have a different POV. Because my name is Princess, I live my whole life of people always making jokes or saying something. So the older I get, I quite enjoy meeting someone. They're just like, hello.
Fair.
Do you know what I mean?
So
So
you
it's
want
like,
to swap lives? You want to swap lives?
yeah.
Yeah?
I'm like, just call me Julie. Call me like Sarah.
Have I got to talk to Amber every day? I'm sorry. I'm tired.
Privilege.
No, Amber, can I just say, if I was your cousin, this would be a very different, Bro, you be ringing me down for
Julie,
months.
I don't want to talk to you.
You won't even get that.
Don't contact
You
me.
won't even get that.
No, because then if you don't reply, you get like a picture with a sad face.
No, and it's like, no, it's tell me you hate me about telling me you hate me because you obviously want me dead.
All of it. You can
Because
send,
why
you
do
can
you-
literally
send me
like,
all
I'm
of
in the
it.
shower.
You can send me all of it.
No,
I'm
I'm
not
like, okay, so
replying.
put me next to the shower. Let's shower together then. Like, what?
She's joking.
No,
She's
honestly,
joking.
therapy soon.
But I'm an early child.
Okay, honey.
So I guess it comes with like the territory. I don't even
Here's
know,
what I'm
making it
hearing
up.
you say. I know I've got issues, but I'm just going to use them as an excuse to do things, even though I know I shouldn't be doing them.
Do you know what's so actually really interesting?
Please tell us.
I'm actually such a like reserved kind of gal.
No,
Like it's
she's
literally only with Prinny. No,
I'm eating my
no,
Twix now.
no, it is because
Twix break.
I'm eating my Twix.
no, it is like you like when you see me out on road, like
So when you see me out on the road, what are you?
No.
What-
Why did I say that?
Why are you out on the road, hun?
Like,
Huh?
Why are you
did
out
I
on the road?
say I'm never out on road, really. I'm actually indoors. But when I am out on the roads, like I'm just very like you wouldn't even think that I'm like this. Like it's just for her. Right.
yeah.
You've really been
Oh my
giving the looks
What's happening?
as of recent.
Oh, I'm excited to be here even more now. I've just
No.
realised.
Yeah.
Are we going to talk about all the things I've been wearing? Oh, that's fantastic. Where do you want to start? Oh wait, are you gonna tell me what you think about what I was wearing as well? Are you gonna say things?
can.
Yeah, I'd like that.
Okay, so
Okay.
Oh my gosh, why you they both pulled out their phones? Oh my gosh.
Okay.
So the headline is
Wow. Okay.
Julie, the fashion icon.
Wow.
I feel like as of late, there's been a transition.
Okay.
Your style is just very elevated. It's very high fashion. And this is speaking on like what you post on your Instagram, right? I'm like, wow, it's so interesting. But like, it makes sense for you. I see it. And I was like, okay, I just want to see where the transition, like where it happened.
Oh my
Because I was
gosh.
trying to think of like timelines, like what.
Oh my gosh.
And I scrolled like really far.
Yo. The funny thing about what I'm saying is wherever you say it started is gonna be so rude to the picture that happened before.
And then I just started I just started laughing
Oh my gosh, this is exciting.
because it's kind of like, I guess it happens to anyone that's like a fashion icon or a style icon. There was a time when maybe it just wasn't that. No offense, respectfully.
No, it is what
And
it is. They're both on their
com-
phones right now.
the
for those listening.
comparison is just like, okay, can you bring up a recent picture?
This is
Yeah.
going to be so jokes.
I know where I think it started. so
I know
No.
where I think it started.
Bring up like a picture where she looks really fashionable.
Oh, wow. This is deep.
Oh, that one's
that
beautiful.
was-
What are we looking at?
That's gorgeous.
Oh,
Describe
the
the
Tony
dress,
Coco.
Amber. You're really good at that.
Right.
Wow, she's
So-
got a throat, you know.
So I want to say it's like, is that denim? Anyways, it looks denim-y. So it's like a puff shoulder, long sleeve, right? And it's collar, and then it's kind of like tight on top, and then it kind of goes out, A-line kind of be, not got pleats, but it's cute. It's just kind of... And anyways, it's got a pattern in the middle, and it's like checkered, but it's not checkered. There's a name for that. I don't fucking know the name for it. But it's like so cute. It's like when you're a little girl and you get dressed up and you're wearing like your birthday dress. It's like that kind of vibe, like the cut of it.
That was a great way to explain it, actually.
But
That's what it
it's
feels like.
stunning.
Thanks, honey.
It's beauts.
Oh, thanks.
So that is like, to me, high fashion.
Oh,
And
fabulous.
she also paired it with these leather blue, they're like a dim electric blue boot,
Jeez.
square toe, kind of
Square toe.
square toe, but it's giving like ballerina square.
Wow.
So cute. Yeah, it is, Jean. It's like a grey denim. Love. Oh, the back. Yeah, and the back has got cut out. So she said, "You go and see these muscles."
Why have I lost this picture?
Come on, I can't explain anymore. Anyways, I'm going to say
disappeared.
where I think it
All
developed
right, yeah.
from. Giara and Gala.
GRM Gala.
That was a turning point. I
That
think
was the, for me,
everything before then.
is,
GRM Gala.
yeah.
I don't know if I agree.
Because I'm looking at, obviously, this is just what you've posted.
There's one dress that was kind of like, I don't know if it's like House of CB.
Oh, no.
And it was like a corset
Yeah.
top.
Found it.
No,
This
that's
one.
not even the one.
Go on,
that is
explain to me,
that
please.
It
is
was
I
like
know
a
it's the
silk. It's like like brownie nude, and it's like silk.
Oh, for my
material.
birthday.
Yeah,
That was my birthday. I was at
that one.
a
Yeah.
house.
See, that entire look doesn't speak to Julie of today.
Yeah.
Did you say it doesn't speak to Julie of today?
No.
Interesting.
And it's what with 2021.
That was my 33rd birthday, so
Yeah.
that was 2 years ago. So we feel like the style iconism has started within the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, now I want to go back and see.
Yeah.
My
'Cause
phone was on airplane mode because I was being professional, but I'm taking it off.
This is a professional, unprofessional space.
So I would, yeah. And then I do think GRM Gala, because
It
it
really just went
she said,
out of this world.
hold my chains. Watch this. Like,
Yeah.
No, Amber, you're hilarious.
as we said,
I'm
on-
angry that I'm laughing so much. I don't like laughing all the time, but
Do you
you're
know what it
really
is?
funny.
I think the style is in the hair length.
Oh,
When
yeah.
you started
my
growing your hair,
goodness.
something just.
No, this is funny.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying this. I feel like I'm on some kind of like stage.
We're like
to
Trinny and
be-
Susanna.
Like I'm in a
Yeah.
courtroom. Sorry?
we're like Trinny and Susanna.
I don't know who either of those two people
You don't
are.
remember Trinny and Susanna,
Susanna.
when they like, what's the show called?
With
There's middle-aged women and they'll do like dressing.
and
helping
they're like,
people change
that
their
shit,
style.
you look like this. But like,
Back when things were like not politically correct and you can call people fat on like daytime TV.
Oh, the good old
the
days.
good old days.
The good old days.
Have you seen the throwback videos on TikToks from what's that show?
And it's like
I think the show's called like My Big Fat Family or something.
And it's like, we're going to this family full of fatties. Let's go in. And then the boy opens the door and he's like, hello, fatty. And we're like, this is like an 8-year-old boy. Like, if
Not
he's
seen
got
it.
issues now, it's so
No, I've not
bad.
seen this.
No,
What was the
yeah.
show called?
Oh, like
My
like
Big
Big
Fat Family.
or
It's something like,
along
and it
those
wasn't even
lines.
that. It wasn't even that long ago. But like, can you imagine people used to get away with saying all these things?
Listen, controversial opinion. I think everybody needs a little bit of a
I like it.
every once in a while. Do you know what I mean? It keeps you on your toes. I feel like you need
Hello,
safe
fatty.
and polite.
we need, you know what I mean? You need someone to sort of like put you down a bit, to be like,
Yeah.
no, I'm me. But I feel like if everyone's really nice to you, I don't feel like you can live up to your full potential of like discovering, you know, the sort of like caterpillar to a butterfly vibe. I feel like everyone would just be caterpillars if no one said, you're a fat, ugly caterpillar.
Like,
God,
damn.
yeah.
But you're a fat, ugly caterpillar. I'm gonna be like, no, I'm not. Ah, I'm a real boy. And then she'll just like get up and like, wow, look at me. You know what I mean? So sometimes you gotta open a door and call an 8-year-old boy fat.
Okay.
Yeah, period.
Yeah. Anyone listening, go and call all
Your
8-year-old
next-door
boys
neighbour.
fat.
Joe from down the road.
No, but can I object, Your Honour?
Yes.
Your Honour, I object.
Yep.
What about the Nope premiere? The Stella McCartney, I think it was Stella McCartney dress that I wore to the Nope premiere. It was just before the
got
GRM
dates?
gala.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, no,
Well,
that
in and
was
around there. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
around the same time. Yeah.
Okay, it's because
That
you missed
was-
that dress.
no, no, no,
When
no.
it's Stella McCartney, it's tagged. I tagged it.
I
No,
did
we're not
I
missing
did
it.
look at it, but yeah, it's Stella McCartney.
Okay.
But
That's iconic.
my personal opinion
Is with GRM
is
is
still
where-
GRM.
Okay, well, I'm just saying for
But
me.
I do love the hair for it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
For me, it started at the Nope
Yeah.
premiere. That's what I'll say. It
So
started.
I want to know, did you realise that shift was happening, and was this like a conversation? I'm being serious.
No, I'm just laughing because it was, I did, and it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like a
Conscious
decision.
Yeah, I'd worked with loads of stylists before, and I always say this, I really enjoy being naked, and
Fun visual.
I just love fun visual. I just, every time I say it, I'm like, oh, headline, click that. But I do, I really enjoy
Julie Adenuga says she loves being
She loves being naked. All she wants to do is be naked. She's a nudist.
Like,
No, but I say that to say that having a shaved head, I always say this as well, having a shaved head, you really have to learn to love yourself because you haven't got anything to hide behind. So I got to a point after having a shaved head for 10 years where I really loved myself. And I found that whenever I would put clothes on, I was struggling to find myself in the clothes that I was wearing. And so I always felt like I was like, this outfit's nice, but if you just saw me, I don't feel like this outfit tells you who I am as a person. And so I remember speaking to Maya, and I said, you know, I'm looking for a stylist. I want someone who's not going to just dress me for the big red carpet events. I want someone who is going to say, do you know what, Julie's this type of person, and these are the clothes that she would wear because she's this type of person. And she said to me, oh, Ria is amazing. And obviously I knew Ria. We'd worked together once before. She was assisting a stylist that I'd worked with a while back. And I knew her through Maya, but we'd never had a, would you like to be my stylist conversation? And so me, being me, I sort of over prepped like a deck of Julie. Like, here's all the things I like. This is what I'm into. Like, I made a list of things that I like doing. I like dancing and all this other stuff. And I just wanted to give it a go and think, okay, cool. What could I bring to the table that's really going to help her say, okay, if I was going to style Julie, I know exactly what I would do. Because I felt like stylists before, we just hadn't
meshed, yeah.
Yeah, we hadn't really got it. And so I was researching Zendaya and Law's relationship and just how they started working together and the things that they were doing. And I knew that I needed to be really good friends with my stylist, which kind of goes against my beliefs because I think you shouldn't be friends with people that you work with. Sorry, I know you two are related. But I feel that you should maintain a sort of professional space always, even if you like each other and you get along. We're not friends, we're not buddies, you know what I mean? So I wanted to find that line of where we are close enough that we can connect in that way, but when you don't have to come to my wedding or anything. So yeah, I just over prepared.
Come to the wedding.
Huh?
That's wild.
I mean, she's gonna have to come to my wedding because she's styling me. But but yeah, so that was my goal. Was I over prepared? Got all the information I could think of. I went back in time to look at old things of me and find pictures of me where I wore something that I did actually like, because it happened every once in a while. I'd wear something and I thought that outfit was amazing. I enjoyed that outfit, and I took it to Ria and we had a chat for about an hour, maybe more, and Stella McCartney, I think that was the first thing she styled me in. And she's
been hitting ever since.
She's phenomenal. She is a phenomenal stylist. The best I've ever worked with ever. And when I see her working on other people as well and see how she carries herself, how she conducts business. People always say, oh, it's easy to style Maya Jama. It's not. It's not easy to style people because they're pretty. That's I think people need to get, I have this conversation all the time. I'm not going to say who I'm talking about, but there's one girl who's stunning. But her outfits,
No, there's a lot of them.
They don't-
There's so
it's
many.
just so that whole she's beautiful, so we can. It's not true.
Yeah.
And for me, she's just like, I could sing Rhea's praises until my last breath. I just think she's absolutely incredible, and she was the first person that ever understood the different parts of my personality and how to bring them out. You know, when I want to go into the red carpet and I want to feel sexy, or we're gonna do this sort of androgynous, masculine. Julie's a roadman, but all these different things. I'll show you guys the shoot we did recently. But she gets me, and now I want her to be my friend. Well, we are friends. I broke the rule for real.
No, I feel like the entire aesthetic is very cohesive, even though every look is somewhat different. You have some that are like leaning more towards a feminine side and some that are way more like androgynous, a bit like masculine energy, but there is a common thread,
synergy between
and
them.
it just oof.
And that is music to my ears, because that was the first thing I said to Rhea on that call. I said, I always want it to still be Julie.
Yeah.
And obviously we'd known each other for a bit, but we weren't super close. So she had to learn who Julie was to make sure I was always present in all those looks. So anytime someone said that to me, I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what I wanted it to be. Yeah, I just love her so much. She's
Has
amazing.
there ever been times where like she might come to you with like a suggestion and you're like, okay, maybe, and you've just been like, okay, I'll go with the program, but I don't know if I'm like here for it.
No, she's never done that. There will be things that I think won't look nice.
Yeah, but you just
But
believe the
one thing,
process.
every stylist I work with, I will always try on what you bring me. I'm not gonna be like no before I even put it on, because I know that clothes look different from when they're actually on your body. With Rhea, she's the person that really broke me into that. I was just like, okay, I know you think, because she'll say it before. She'll say, I know you're gonna think this is whatever, but just put it on. And then I'll put it on and I'll say, okay, cool. She brings me things that I don't necessarily want to wear, but she never brings me something that is wrong.
Yeah.
It just might not work for what we're doing. But yeah, I would say to anyone that works with a stylist, you got to try all of it on, but if it's not a fuck yes, it's a no. Don't try and force it.
Right.
Because when the stylist is gone and you're standing there in the outfit by yourself
You don't feel it.
It's
and
like-
you don't feel it, it's not a good vibe. It's not nice. You lose that, whatever confidence you had, it's gone. And now you're just looking like Travis Scott at the GQ Awards.
Then you got us two bitches and shit
Oh,
about
did you
you
see
on the
Julie
pod.
on the red
Did
carpet?
Bloody hell! What happened to
What was she up to? Get out. Yeah.
Me wearing my pajamas meanwhile.
Has there been a time where you've been like, I love this, I'm wearing it, don't care what you think? Because we've come, you know, we like to do the red carpet reviews, and we've come across situations where we've realised that, like, we're like, why the fuck would you wear that? And we're like, fucking stylist, like, could you not see what we're seeing? But then
Sometimes
we
it's
realise that
not,
sometimes
yeah.
the stylist is like, no, they really wanted to wear that. There's only so much I can do. So we're like, oh, sorry, man. We've been just like cussing out all these stylists.
And it wasn't their fault.
So it has
That's hilarious.
like been a time where you're like, love you, great, but I'm doing this.
Nah, we're too in sync. It never happens that way. But I know exactly what I feel like at the end of each year, you guys should write apology letters to all the stylists that you
Oh, we have
you
said
called
it.
out.
Yeah, we
no,
do,
I want
like-
handwritten letters to each one so they can frame it. But no, I've never had that with Rhea ever. But that's funny though. If you ever see me in an outfit that you think is bad, just call me first. Julie, was this
We're
you
like,
or
Julie.
was this Rhea?
Who was it?
It wasn't making sense. Was there, or is there like an end goal or vision to it? Because in terms of like making that conscious decision, like, right, we're elevating the style, we're elevating the fashion. What was kind of like the driving force behind that?
It was, wow. I think at the time. So when was GRM? 2021.
Yeah.
So I've been out of work. That sounds so like I was unemployed. No, I hadn't been doing. I've been working, but I hadn't been doing anything super consistent. I wasn't at a place of work, traditional place of work anyway, and I felt like if my output wasn't going to be my interviewing, I don't want to just be making content. I'm not a content creator.
Right.
If we're gonna go somewhere, let's make it a moment. Let's make more moments of what I'm doing, because I'm not on radio every day anymore. I'm not, hosting Catfish anymore. There wasn't a place where people can go and see, okay, Julie's the presenter, she does this. So I thought, when I do go out and when I can be bothered, like Amber, who never leaves the house, when I can be bothered to leave the house, I want us to make more moments of these things.
She does. No, she literally doesn't miss it.
Like, what the hell? I literally,
Sorry, I know you're just sitting there.
She's like,
That's
about
10 years ago.
ago.
Like, Julie, I was actually just listening to you.
I'm just catching strays.
How did that? How? I'm sorry. It's just a natural thing. I grew up with boys. This is a natural. It's a natural. I can't help it. But so yeah. So that was it for me. I remember talking to Abiola, my manager at the time, and we was just saying, let's just make more moments of stuff. If you're gonna go to, you've got this network of people who will always invite you to things, and even though you I'm going to support or whatever, go and support, but at your best. Why not? Because we live in a world where people are really excited about what you're wearing, what you look like, and da-da-da-da. And yes, we know that, this is Abiola's conversation with me and in my brain as well, is like, yes, we know that you don't want to wear makeup every day, you don't want to get dressed up every day and blah, blah, blah. But if you're going to go to the premiere of Nope, why not get dressed up?
Right.
And I thought, you know what? Yeah. Like, otherwise, I'm just spending my money on other stuff that's just not even that deep. Whereas actually, even sitting here now with you lot and you saying that for the last 2 years, Julie, you've looked amazing. It's like, it does make a difference. And people are interested in that. But then also on top of that, outside of that being a reason, it was about my confidence. It was about me feeling like, you know what, I've left Apple. I'm not necessarily working anywhere where people can come and find my work. I want to still feel confident about myself when I'm in certain places. And I don't want to feel like, I'm just an influencer turning up to do whatever. Like, I'm Julie Adenuga.
Period.
Like, present yourself in a way that matches how you feel about who you are and what you've done. And so it all sort of lived in that box, I guess. Yeah.
I'm fucking turning up to work A1 every day. That feels very like... Be you.
It makes a difference.
Yeah.
My new executive assistant, she said to, I'm not gonna tell you who said because she's gonna get in trouble, but she was saying that she would always make an effort. She used to work in real estate, and she was just like, I don't care what day it is. If it's fall, I'm getting my full boots out. This is the autumn look. I'm gonna put on the the long jacket with it. That's what I'm doing. And I thought, you know what? I used to look down on people who were sort of quote unquote superficial, who was like, I need to dress this way and whatever. But it's different for different people. And I feel now I know what it means to me. If I'm going to get dressed up and someone says, oh my gosh, your jacket's so nice, I'm not gassed because I think, oh yeah, look at me with my nice jacket. I'm gassed because I think I picked this jacket because of how it made me feel. And I can see that now that's radiating onto you and to the point that you've said something to me. That is there's a, I don't know what the word is for that, but there's a meaning to that. So yeah, it's definitely worth doing.
Has it, because I'm guessing Ria does she style you day to day?
It depends. So sometimes we'll do a shop. Sometimes we'll just go and walk around the shops and buy stuff.
I was going to say, how has the elevation like impacted or changed your own personal style and like the way you, like when you're picking out your own clothes now, has it had, what's the word I'm looking for? Can't find it. Impact. Knock-on effect.
Yeah. It definitely has.
Influence. That's what I'm looking for.
It definitely has influenced my everyday wardrobe. I mean, listen, there's some days where I'm going to put on the thing that I wore yesterday and the day before that and the day before that.
Can we normalise that? Sorry.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah, like wear your clothes.
Because it's
no.
like, I don't even yesterday, but like I've worn for it today.
I don't use
still
it.
clean.
I don't, listen, sometimes I don't even use the word normalise because I think giving it a name makes it seem like it's something.
Yeah.
I don't even give it a name. If you saw me yesterday and I was wearing this, what are you going to say? Who's going to beat me? Who's gonna beat me?
Yeah.
What we doing?
Yeah.
Am I cancelled? What we doing? What's happening? Do you know what I mean? It's not called normalised. It is.
Yeah.
And that's it. So yeah, there's days where I do that, but I find now, listen, it takes me longer to get dressed, I'll be honest. Because now I'm like, the top doesn't match sometimes I'll FaceTime Ria like, Ria, but the boots? Which boots? It is that, but I like
so
it.
You do. You're calling her, yeah, daily. Asking her.
It's not daily.
Maybe she doesn't want you to
You
call
two
her.
share a YouTube channel.
Business.
Don't come at me. Don't come at me, Amber. Don't. I'm calling Ria maybe once or twice every month. That's it. Don't try it. But I tell you what it is as well, what it falls into. Growing up with three brothers, I was never very girly at all. Still not to this day. And so I used to always feel quite detached from girl, quote unquote girl things. Like, let's go to the toilet together. Oh, what you wearing tonight? If my friend messages me and says, what you wearing tonight? I don't reply.
Yeah.
I'll see you
Why
when
are
we
you
get
looking
to
at
the
me?
event. Because I know you've been messaging. What are you wearing tonight? What are you wearing tonight? Okay.
I just want to know if I can wear my trainers.
Listen, I think everybody, just be you. So for me, I would struggle with a lot of those things that people would sort of put in the best friends or girlfriends do this. So now this to me feels like my girly thing is like putting my outfit together. Do you know what I mean? Looking in my wardrobe and like, okay, what shoes? Putting all the shoes out, trying that one on. That's nice to me. I think that's the influence it's had on me now, is that I have this sort of space where I feel like I'm more girly and I'm taking longer to get ready, and people are telling me, hey, we're running late. And I'm like, well, if the outfit's not right, better to be late than to turn up ugly. You know them ones? Like,
I love
that's
that.
like that's my thing now, and I take pride in it, because I felt like for a long time I haven't really connected with my sort of feminine part of my world. So this does feel like that for me. So yeah, I like it.
No.
But I'm still not gonna answer you when you ask me what I'm wearing tonight.
Hey, that's okay. That's all right. We'll let you have that one.
Thanks, hon.
But yeah, so just to conclude, you achieved what you set out to achieve
Yes.
with this, because it's given.
Thank you, honey.
You're
Thanks.
welcome.
Thanks for looking through my Instagram.
Yeah. Isn't that it? I love doing a
I
bit
love
of a
doing
stalk.
it. A bit of a stalk.
Talking about stalking,
Yes? Oh no.
you have your new show, which when this is out,
It's
so
out.
congrats.
When's it coming out?
Woo! On
Thursday.
Thursday.
Okay, you can do my clap again.
Woo!
And it's, I don't want to like butcher the explanation of what it is, like the show. Do you want to
Yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah.
I'll butcher it. You
Yeah.
can have a day off from
Yeah.
butchering.
Thanks.
So the show is called Work in Progress. It's an interview show, is the easiest way to explain it. I feel like sometimes if you could overcomplicate, people are like, wait, so is that a podcast? And you're like, no, it is not. So yeah, it's an interview show. It's on my YouTube channel. And it's literally, the shortest way of explaining it is, it's my offering to what interviews are in this day and age. I feel like we have loads of different types and loads of different ways in which people do it. But I wanted to give my version of what I think a really good interview is. And so the show is me doing research into someone that I want to speak to, finding out something that maybe we need to get a little bit deeper into, and then going to wherever that thing is to really see it in real life. So the first episode with Munya Chihuahua, we found out that he was raised in a place called Framingham Piggott. And nobody knows what it is. It sounds really weird. And we're like, okay, let's go there. And so I get on a train and we go to Norwich, and then we get in a cab in the rain, and then we go to Framingham Piggott, and it's literally like the woods. Literally. Country roads, all of that good stuff. No one around, big hedges. You can't even see anyone's front door. Like really secluded, quiet village. And yeah, we had a really fun time there. And I guess you have to watch the rest of the episode to see. But it really helped when I was talking to him in the interview. Because when he was breaking it down, I was thinking, wow. It just made me appreciate him more as well. When I see him now and see his smarts and his wit and his genius and how he's like writing things when Sorella Braverman, whatever her name is, got fired and he had to skit out 5 minutes after. I'm like, this is a guy who really had time to hone his craft because he grew up in a little village. And so he spent so much time in his own brain with his family. You know, you become a genius that's sort of like the recipe for wanting to get good at something, is you spend so much time doing it. It's just so natural to you now. Whereas if I just ask someone to write about Sorella, they'd be like, I don't even know who she is, and fuck her. But yeah, so anyway, a bit of a tangent, but that's the show. It's an interview with a nice little deep dive into things and into the person. And yeah, the more people that I interview, the crazy places I want to go. So yeah, whoever it is, it depends on who it is, and that will determine where we end up going.
We have seen it.
You watched it?
Yeah,
You did.
yeah.
Oh, did you like it? You don't have to say yes.
No.
No.
You want to go?
No, go.
To me, to you. I've really enjoyed it because, like you said, like there are a lot of interview platforms, whether it's like podcast, YouTube, or television. Like we see the format all the time, but I love how you kind of like broke it down, deconstructed it, and also broke the fourth wall. Showing that process also gives us an opportunity to get to know you as well.
Yeah.
So whilst I might be going on to like find out about Munya, if I'm like a Munya fan, I'm like, oh God, but this Julie girl's a bit might subscribe. Yes, it's just really, it was different. It was also quite inspiring if I speak from my perspective. So obviously we podcast, we do all this little like radio and whatnot.
Don't call it little.
Big things are going on
Thank
around
you.
here.
Okay, say it like you
And,
mean it. It's like it was a burden. Big things are going out here. Say it a little.
Just a bit a humble one, you know. But it challenged me to think about like my own process and my own research process and also like interviewing style, because one thing you don't want to do is like be a carbon copy or I'm sure that you probably got to that point where you're like, I don't just want to do another interview series. Like, how do you make it different? And yeah, it was just so refreshing to see, and I hope other people can enjoy it and take different things from it.
Thank you.
Yeah, I similarly
I can't take you seriously. I'm sorry. When you looked at me, I was trying to look in your eyes, but I'm like, no, I'm gonna laugh. Go on, I'm listening.
I similarly enjoyed. I think the process before, like the research bit, like we don't get to see that. Like we just see the end product.
Yeah.
And I really like seeing the work, like the BTS. Like, you know, when we used to have films at the end, it would be the bloopers.
Yes, yeah.
Like that was
That's
like my favorite bit.
Yeah,
like I want to
same.
see people in like their natural being, and like that was really nice. And I also really enjoyed you sitting in 10 different places. I was like,
throughout the interview.
it's me.
I was giving like,
and I was like,
it was like an ADHD. The whole thing was like an ADHD brain moment.
oh yeah, I was like,
Everyone, Munya was like, "Oh God, I'm gonna move."
I'm gonna get up.
I know, but that was like really nice. But I really liked how like smooth the transition was as well, because it was like, you just put the cup down but the conversation's going, but you're sat on the sofa. I was like, okay, bet, like I can get with this. Like that's kind of cool. Like fuck it up. Like we got angles and scenes and like dimensions.
That's
like
amazing. Do you know what it was about that though, Amber? In my head I was thinking, do I want to just sit on a sofa? I just feel like everyone interviews like sitting on the sofa. And I thought, no, I want to start in the kitchen. But then when we was in the kitchen, I was thinking, but now we've been talking for so long, I feel like we should sit on the sofa. So I was like, let's just get up and sit on the sofa. But yeah, no, Munya was a really good sport. Obviously, it was the first episode we'd ever done. So there was nothing to show him before of how we went. And obviously the idea behind it as well is trying to explain that to someone is, so we're going to do research on you, but you're not going to see it. Yeah. And then I'm going to interview you and we're going to talk about the research that we did that you didn't see. And you're only going to see it when it's like, that would have been hard to explain. So he was just a good sport in saying, okay, cool, I'm on it. And even when I was in the room, I was like, I'm going to go and sit on the sofa. He was like, okay, I'll come over as well. So yeah, he was a great person to have on the first episode. Definitely.
What was the, like, was it like a thought whilst you're meditating? Like, what was the whole, because I do understand that you was like, I want something different and like an interview that like you don't usually get. But like, what was it that made you feel like, I want this? Like,
we're thinking of that idea specifically.
Yeah.
That's a good question. I don't know. What was it? Even though I know they always say, no idea is original or whatever, I still like to challenge that. I agree that a lot of things are sort of, in some way, you've remade something that someone's done, whether you know it or not. But I thought, I still think there's value in doing something that people haven't seen before. I'm really competitive as well, and it could be, the other day even, I've never ever met her, Amber Rose Gill.
Yeah.
She was wearing this dress that I was supposed to wear to London Film Festival for Daniel Kaluuya's premiere. The day before I saw her reel on Instagram in the dress. The way I picked up the phone, I rang my assistant. I'm like, yo, Anita, okay, so there's this dress that I need to get. Like, this is literally, I think we saw it at maybe, his premiere was on a Sunday. We saw it at 6 p.m. on the Saturday. I said, we need a new dress now.
You didn't want a Who Wore It Better moment?
No, I don't, no.
But you're competitive.
I don't know anything about Amber Rose Gill. I don't know, and that's what I mean by there's competitive, and then there's just like a next level of it's different. Yeah, I want to we're not doing anything, and so with the interview series, I thought if I've seen it, I don't want to do it.
Right.
If I've seen someone do this, I'm not doing it. I just feel there's so much going on in the world. You can't come and give us something else that someone's doing. Even my agents are like, Julie, you should do a podcast. I'm like, I haven't got anything to do that's different to any other podcast. What do you want me to do? Just talk about yourself? No. No, everyone can't just go and talk about themselves. No, like there needs to be, bring something new to the table. And so I spent a lot of this year, I was in LA at the beginning of the year for 2 months. January, I was inside my house. April, May, June, July. Yeah, so it was the first 7 months of this year, I was just thinking about how to make this idea different. I knew I wanted to do an interview series. I knew I wanted it to be something that I'm doing consistently that people know me for, but I thought, no, it needs to be different. And every time someone came to me with, why don't you try it? No. I thought about the idea, sent it to my friends, my like thought mind friends, those, you know, them friends that are just like, yeah, it's magical, like they're just weird and like
They're like
brainy
wizards.
and genius. Yeah. Sent it to them, okay, like this, don't like this. And I was just workshopping it for 7 months. Turning down jobs, turning down work, just sitting in my house trying to figure something out that felt new and fresh and different. And I remember when I went to Daniel with it and he said, you don't need to reinvent the wheel. And I was like, what do you mean? I've just spent 7 months trying, just made this new thing. And he actually told me when I first, because I remember ringing all of my sort of like most famous friends and saying, what interviews have you done that you like and what interviews have you done that you hate? And that was the beginning of it, of trying to find out why there are some people that just like, I don't like doing interviews. So I was ringing all the people that I know have to do loads of them. And when I speak to Daniel, he told me about this book called Still Like an Artist, where it talks about you should steal ideas, but do it in a way that's creative. And so that's where it all started with me saying, okay, cool, we're going to reinvent it, but we're still going to find, you have to read the book to know what I'm talking about, but there was just a way in which you can do it so people still feel familiar with it, but it's different. And yeah, it was 7 months of workshopping straight up. Like, yeah, I was going to shoot a pilot. Then he said no with Dolly. And I was like, nope, I'm not doing it. Actually, change. Was pivoting, just trying to figure it out. And I knew I was going to pay for the whole thing as well. So I thought, if I'm going to spend my own money on it, I need to know that I've exhausted all of my options to make it the best it can be. Even if it's going to change later, I still need to come to the table, like Munya says, like with the best it can be. And then if we're going to change, we can change. But yeah, it was a lot of thinking, and I'm an overthinker, so it was thinking squared. But it was good. I'm really happy with it now. As I sit with it and knowing that it's going to be out or it's out.
It's out.
Knowing that it's out and people can watch it, I think, yeah. And like you said, Prinny, as well, like watching that and taking away, like, oh, can I up my game? Can I do something different? That was on my list of things. And like, I'm sick of people and their Q&As of like,
yep,
no more. Let's really, you know what I mean? Raise the bar a bit. So yeah, to answer your question, it was a lot of thinking.
How, in that thinking,
Yeah.
how did you decide who you was going to interview?
I always reference Stephen Bartlett. When I first started listening to Stephen Bartlett's podcast, now I don't know what's going on. Every day there's another episode. I don't know how that man is recording so much. He must be tired. But when I first started listening to his podcast, especially the episodes that I really loved, Jimmy Carr, Davina McCall.
Oh, love that one.
What was the other one? Mark Manson. I noticed that most of his conversations were about him trying to find answers to his own things. I remember reading his book as well, Happy Sexy Millionaire. It's a great book. And I realized that he's the kind of person that wants to soak up knowledge. I've got a thing, I don't really know what it is about me. Who can I speak to help me understand that? That's his vibe. And I realized that it was the same thing with my show as well, with Work in Progress, was the people that I wanted to speak to were people that have done things or are doing things that I don't know how to do, but I would love to understand more. And I either admire them or I am in some way envious of something they've been able to do. And I kind of just want to find out in a selfish way. And so that was the starting point. And then the second part of it was, I find that being a middle child, I'm always connecting my family. I'm the person who can see both sides and find the middle ground between those two people and tell them, even if it's in like a wizard way where I'm like trying to do it as like a Jedi mind trick. But it's like, I had nothing to do with it. You two thought of this together. But really it was me behind the boards. You know what I mean? That's like my thing of connecting people in my family. And I noticed that in my career, I was doing the same thing when I was on Rinse FM, you know, showing people new music. It was me understanding that this song was great and I knew I liked it, but maybe these people over here don't really know why it's great. And how do I get them to understand that? How do I get people to understand what grime is and not think that it's this like male shouty genre when I'm a woman who listens to it? So what can I do to get people to understand that? That was always sort of like a running theme in in any of the work that I did, was me trying to connect things. And I think with the show, anytime I think of a guest, I think I want people to connect to that person in a way that I don't think they do yet. Munya was an example of, I think people think Munya's very funny, but I don't think people know Munya is actually a secret genius. Like Dexter's Lab, really like the way his mind, and I think you really see in the interview that his mind works in a really different and unique way that you may not know from seeing in sketches. And so again, with guests, it was like, who is that? Clint, who made Cortez, I really want people to understand. I spent enough time with him to know that he's not a normal person. And I want to connect people to what really makes him able to create a brand like Cortez.
Did you get an interview with him?
I haven't yet.
Are you working on it?
Yeah.
It's hard.
It is.
You don't do that.
I know. I'm on it though. He did 90s Baby podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. That's so random.
He did 90s Baby podcast. And I
like
saw a couple of different bits he did online of like sneaker
Yeah.
shopping or something. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah. he did.
We
Why laughing?
at the very early stages of him and our pod,
Yeah, it was like
we were like, let's
pre-viral
See.
moments.
no, don't do interviews, don't do podcasts, don't do
But
interviews.
you know what? You got a reply.
I got a reply.
That's
We
a-
had to fucking reply.
That's a very important
Yeah,
thing.
you
You've got to
reply.
And it's
reply.
like, thanks, but no thanks. I don't do these. And I was like, okay. So when I saw Nigel, I said,
I mean, it was a good like year or so later.
yeah, of course. It was like
Emma was
months
sitting there. Fuming. She wrote an email. Listen,
I said, bet. I was like, and we're even a
on the
fashion
17th
podcast.
of July, I asked you, this was your response. No, but
But-
there's been people that have said no to me that I know really well. Really, really well. I've literally spent, they're like, I wouldn't call them my friends, but they're people that I've spent
Yeah.
personal time with, and they say, I don't, like,
How
I
do
don't
you
want
deal with that? Like knockbacks or like, I really wanted this person.
it is what it is. I think you never want to interview someone who doesn't want to be interviewed anyway. It's not a nice experience. They don't want to be there. You can feel they don't want to be there. Now it's a waste of time. It's a waste of a lot of money.
Yeah.
Especially with the way we do work in progress. If I do all that research and we find everything and then the person's just like, whatever,
Ew.
it's a waste of time. And I also think people speak when they want to speak. Nicki Minaj was someone that I never ever saw a proper interview with her, and then she did that interview with Joe Budden and I'm like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
You're really cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I would never have known it, but she just probably wasn't ready to speak before then. So you kind of got to sit on them a bit. Obviously, not every day, Amber. Don't message them every day.
She's now got this
Don't
really
message him
bad,
every day.
like opinion of me.
Don't message them
I
every day.
actually don't even respond to my texts.
Okay, honey. But I feel like you, and there's another thing. So Victoria Monet, I've loved her forever. I think she's amazing, and I really like her, not just because of her music, but because of the grace that she exudes at all times. You can just see she's got a very, very, I don't want to call it old school way, but a very sort of, it's old school. It's like what artists meant and felt like before this kind of era that we're in now. And I knew I wanted to talk to her. And when she started doing press around Jaguar 2, I was thinking, oh, she's going to be in London. We could do something for Work in Progress. And I just sat. And I know what this sounds like, but I promise you, I'm not a lie, I'm telling you the truth. I said, I know she's going to be nominated for a Grammy. I don't want to speak to her before that. It's going to be ruined. If I sit down with you now and talk about the fact that Jaguar 2 is coming out, I'm going to be so pissed off next year when you are nominated for Grammy and potentially win. And now she's nominated for 6.
Yeah.
So for me, and I say that to say for you as well, Clint's story is still at the very, very beginning. And you'll be surprised what will end up happening and how that will fall into place and where you guys will be as a podcast when you sit down with him and what comes of that. Do you know what I mean?
That's so true.
Yeah.
'Cause
I
if
think
we had- it would've been
everything
early.
happens.
Oh, it
Yeah,
would've been
everything
so
always happens
early.
in its own time. And I would say, if anything, even though we're not in like a advice giving place, still just maintain a relationship with people. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not, oh, you don't do an interview with me. Okay, I'm never gonna talk to you or think about you
Yeah.
or you know what I mean. If you like Clint and what he's doing and his brand, still do what you would normally do anyway. If you buy the clothes. If you want to post or repost anything, like still do that because you're relationship with that brand and what they do is not reliant on whether they give you an interview or not. And actually, you'd be surprised how much you can build a relationship with them outside of the interview. So that when it's time to sit down, you've got mad stories to tell of like, not just we asked you to be on and you said no, but you asked us to come and host something that you did and blah, blah, blah. So now when we're sitting on the podcast, there's so much more to talk about. But it's annoying, but you just got to know that nothing's personal to you and all interviews happen when they're supposed to happen.
100%. No, it's true.
This is an example.
Yeah.
Wow, I just spoke a lot.
Emotional.
How long have I been
after
speaking
that.
for?
Yeah. And I felt just so inspired. Read all
So
these
inspired.
books.
No, I know.
Brainstorm my life for 7 months.
You know what I mean? That Jay Shetty.
It's
bit
not
that
cheap.
we
Oh,
collected
it's not
that-
cheap. It's not cheap.
No, it was when you said turning down jobs. Like turning down jobs.
Yeah, no, for real. I was turning down work. That was that was. I'm okay though. I'm okay. Guys. I made it.
We're here. We made it.
I
We
made it.
So what's the cadence of release of episodes? How many can we expect in this series?
Yeah. So we're gonna do 6. I don't know why that number's just become a number. I don't know why. It could be 5. I don't know. It's gonna be 6. We're gonna do 6, and I'm gonna do them monthly. But I have to take December off because I didn't work for 7 months. And I didn't work for 7 months because I was working on this show, and it's literally been non-stop. I need a break, basically. And I feel like December's when you could take a break, innit?
Yeah.
No one's really even
The
working.
whole industry's shut down.
Exactly.
anyways.
So we're gonna do the Julie's Top 5 live show that you guys are coming to. I'm gonna get you some great seats. But yeah, we're gonna do that show in December, and then January we'll start again with episode 2 of Work in Progress.
And is it, I mean, you don't have to say if you don't want to, but is it a work in progress as in you're still interviewing people as it's going, or are the 6 locked in and filmed
No,
and
we
done?
haven't. No, because same thing that I was just saying as well. I didn't want to film them early and then, you know what I mean?
You want it to be fresh.
Yeah. I want it to be in real time, and because we have to travel for the show. With Victoria's episode, I know for a fact if I can make it work, I want to go to her dance school, because I remember her telling the story about her mum lied about where they live. So they have catchment areas. So if you want to go, for those that don't know, if you want to go to a certain school, you might have to live in an area to be allowed to go to that school. So her mum lied about where they live so she can go to this school. And she talks about how they didn't have a certain course there. And so she basically just advocated for them to have like a performing arts dance course and stuff like that. So I really want to go to that school. I want to meet an old teacher, or do you know what I mean? So it's things like that if we shot now, it's like...
Yeah.
It dates, and it doesn't feel as good when you're watching it in real time. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of pressure, and it's gonna be very expensive, but it's gonna be worth it.
It will be worth it.
It will be worth it. And I feel, I don't know, maybe I read it somewhere, I don't know if you said it, but like the importance of ownership in terms of like owning your content, where before all the things you've done, it's like you're interviewing on someone else's platform, and now you're doing it on your own. So it's always going to be worth it when it's yours.
Yes, absolutely. I agree. Yeah, it's easier to spend your own money when you know it's for you, and it's listen, I say it's easier. It's still fucking stressful, but
You'll be looking at the starting episode.
someone's like, we need to edit that. Are you sure? Can I do it? Yeah, it's stressful spending your own money, but it is easier because it's an immediate payback for yourself. So yeah, it's just check on me, man. Check on me in a few months. Like, Julia, you still within budget? I feel like the 2 things that I know I'm going to spend too much money on are my wedding day and this show. And this show, Work in Progress, but it's okay.
Is wedding day
It'll be worth
soon? Is it like...
It's in 2025.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Make that money.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean...
No way she's taking 7 months off.
Like
girl.
putting her feet up. Joking, you're working hard.
I always say, my friends always say to me, when you see me doing a hashtag ad, don't ask questions. If the wedding day's in 2025, you know how long we've got. So, yeah.
That is a perfect segue into the fact that we will soon be going to record Dating
Patreon,
Diaries.
yeah.
On
Talk
Patreon.
about the burger cunt
Yeah,
chips
big fat-
fingers
Yeah,
with
the
the lettuce on the side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But before we go, Julie, is there anything you want to leave our listeners with?
Ooh, drink water, always drink water. Every day. I don't know how many liters you lot are on, but at least one, just
Look at
to
the
start
skin. Look at
with.
the skin. We should zoom
Drink
into
water,
that face.
please. Drink water. And then is there anything else I want to do? Oh, so you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. It always feels weird to say that. But yeah, no, I know everybody says that. So I don't know if it means anything to you listening, but I would really like it if you subscribe to my YouTube channel. It would mean so much to me, and it would mean that when I spend all the money on the show, that someone's actually going to see it. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for
This
having
has been
me.
an absolute dream.
Honestly.
I've had the best time.
Thanks.
So much.
And we'll see you next week, per usual.